Tarot is for fun and entertainment purposes only. Use your own discernment. Timestamps included for your convenience. See you in the video. Well, hello my stars. I hope you're all well. Thank you for all the subscribers. Thank you for all your shares and your likes and your comments and everything. I'm trying to get through all the comments, and I read all your comments. So yes, I'm trying to catch up with some of them. I hope you guys had a lovely weekend and you enjoyed the reading that I was basically told by you guys to put out about Harry and his father, and then also the Dora video that has gone out, and then I also put out a little video where I explained a couple of things regarding the hypes and the newsletter, etc, etc. Have a look at that little video. I will link it in here for you guys as well, so you can have a look at it. And you guys, now in regards to the Mike and Zara video, where you guys, a lot of you rat me on the knuckles, I've also explained that in that little video, so have a look at that. Now we're going to look at Peter, the real son. Not the son-in-law, but the real son, the one. But even as I said in that little video, why it potentially came through for me like that is because I think Mike is actually seen as a son and not a son-in-law. And I can sort of relate to that with regards to my late mom, and my late dad's mom, my gran, on my dad's side. On my dad's side, there were 5 daughters and him, 4 daughters and him. So it may, why I said 5 daughters, you'll understand now why I said 5 daughters. But it was 4 daughters and then my dad, and then my mom was daughter number 5. The 2 of them got on like a house on fire, and it was like she was a daughter, not another daughter. She was a daughter. That is just potentially where that had come from. And you saw when I was in the beginning, 5 daughters. You see what I did there? Okay, Peter, is he going to become a working royal in the near future? Let's have a look and see what the cards have got to tell us here. Let's just do a quick one here of what is this here? Weighing up at the moment. Weighing things up at the moment. Okay. Let's continue shuffling. Let's give them a good shuffle. Let's give them a good old shuffle. And, yes. Let's quickly have a look. Peter. Is Peter going to be a next working royal? And then, for the viewers that have asked me to do a reading about, or made comments about the UK Keir Starmer video, and out of that, members have actually put a thingy out for me, basically mentioning snap elections and stuff. And I actually forgot about it because, you know, I'm not in the UK, even though we're part of the Commonwealth. Holding on to things. There is something coming. There is something coming there with Peter. So I'm going to ask the cards, yes or no. Is the UK, not today, but in the reading, I'm going to be asking yes or no, is the UK going to have a snap election after the local elections, which I believe is on the 7th of May, a couple of days away. But let's clear that energy off the table. Let's just confuse the cards. And we're going to ask the cards, Peter and real son, is he going to become a working royal somewhere along the line? Let's have a look here. Hope and healing. Hope and healing. He's going to be hope and healing. Okay, well, I've just cleared them, so they're clearly ready. Okay. Let's have a look here. Then also, I'll tell you guys after I did this reading, because I don't want to get that energy into this. There is another reading coming that I am going to be doing about something, but I'll tell you at the end of the reading. I don't want to put it into this energy. I don't want to mix the energies up. Let's have a look here. Oh, there's an offer. The Knight of Cups. There's an offer. The Chariot. Movement forward. That is... Very interesting. And you guys have noticed, if you've been with me for a while, you'll notice that this card, this Five of Swords, has come up quite a bit. And you'll know, and I'll explain to you in a minute why. Across the water, the Empress, upright, pregnant with possibilities. There's a possibility. Okay, there is definitely an offer being made. An offer has been made, a loyal offer from the Crown, I would say. And it is to help move William forward. When William is there, the Chariot is movement forward. Moving, look at the way the horse is moving here. Moving out of a dark space to light space. Because there's a lot of weight being carried here at the moment. And when I get to this Five of Swords now, you see, I sometimes would make this, put this towards a Harry energy, with the bullying and everything else coming from across the border, and leaving the family distraught. They're not defeated, but they're distraught. There are still two swords on the ground. This Okimoki has not picked up all the swords yet. He's picked up two. One is hanging in fine balance, but there's still two swords on the ground here. Those two people that's in despair, they can very quickly turn around and pick up those two swords and attack him. Because remember, there's unity and strength. There's unity and strength. He might have three swords. He might have his three bullying swords here. But one hand, that hand is not free. That's the hand of taking. The ego. This one, if you have a look here, he's not even holding the sword correctly. He's not even holding that sword correctly if you look here at the hand. Look at the hand. It's not holding it correctly. One doesn't hold a sword sort of like that in the downward position. If you're ready to attack, you don't hold a sword like that. Let me demonstrate. You don't hold a sword like that. When you're ready to attack, you hold the sword upright like that. See the difference? And those are lying on the floor. And look how close this sword here is to that little character there. The battle's not over. The war's not over. You might have taken swords that don't belong to you, but we've still got our two in the background. They've got some. The royal family's got something up their sleeves here. The Three of Wands here. Looking forward. With the three uprights looking forward, looking for prospects across the water. But in this instance here, I'm reading this as we are not looking for prospects across the water. We are looking in-house, we are looking inwards. And there's no real movement at the moment yet. There's no real forward movement at the moment. But something is coming because there is movement. No movement. There's movement here as well. Then we've got this Empress sitting here. The birth of something new. The birth of coming up to something new. This is it's a very feminine energy as well. Pregnant with possibilities. The crowning glory. Why did I just say crowning glory? The crowning glory. September, springtime, harvest time in the UK. Sorry, I've just had it download. Let's see where the cards are going. I don't want to jump ahead. Leave a comment if you think what I've said here. No real this King of Wands again. King of Wands keeps coming up. Oh, there we go. The Lovers. And I don't have to cover them up. You see, I've managed to make them a little bikini and a little man and a little budgie smuggler. Lovers, underneath this, they're coming together, okay? Joining of forces. Weighing things up. This King of Wands in reverse. It is almost like your fire has been put out. And your fire is waiting to be ignited. Sitting still and looking and turning. Let me continue reading. But look here, they're sort of forming a mirror here. They're forming a mirror. The Chariot in this one is forming a mirror. I'll get back to it. This Lovers card underneath the Five of Swords. This is telling me that there is definitely a union. There's definitely something going to happen, and there's a blessing. There's a blessing coming. I think it might be, there's a balancing act. I think they are still working some details out. And I wonder if Peter needs to be convinced. I think they're still trying to convince Peter and his better half. And they're showing him that it actually could reach a balance. Ace of Swords. Queen of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. A clear-cut, decisive decision has been made. They're working out some legalities. They're busy working on legalities to make him a working royal. To take him from his little bench that he's used to and transform him into something else. Death in reverse. Okay, that is why I said, I'll look at the underlying card now. I think you guys might have spotted the underlying. I've spotted the underlying. I think what this is telling us here, an offer has been made. They are working on some legalities because they've got something up their sleeves with regards to Harry. That's across the water. This is almost telling me the King of Swords hasn't shown up. And that's why I was pausing on this Empress when I said September, the new harvest, time of a new beginning, new beginnings, new opportunities. Is this when we're going to be seeing a crowning? Is this when we're going to be seeing a crowning? Is this when we're going to see Catherine being crowned? And that links in here with this Death card. Let's continue reading. This to me is telling me that this is not a no. This is not a no. Because if I would stop here with this last card here, I would say it's dying a death. That is dying a death, and it's not going anywhere. But I'm happy to walk it back depending on what the rest of the cards say. Capricorn, the Devil. Moving forward to calmer waters, agreement, options, celebration, family, glory, strength. Okay, I'm stopping there. I'll get to that Moon card at the end. Let's quickly have a look here. Remember I said, I paused here on this Empress card, And then we had the death card that came up. I think, and then there's the Capricorn. And I said Catherine, Capricorn. She's been working her magic, but also with this death card here. I almost wanted to do it like this. I almost want to pack it like this. Sorry, and sometimes I know the cards did come out in this order, but I sometimes just rearrange them because it's telling me a story here. It's telling me a story here. Is this going to be actioned after the passing of the king, and then moving on to something better, something new, leaving all the past behind, moving to calmer waters, but they've got to overcome these obstacles. 6 months, 6 weeks. They've got to overcome a hurdle first. There's the partnership, there's the agreement. But they are still weighing up options of what the role might be. But he's done all his accolades. He's got all his accolades here. He's got what it takes. And it's now time for him to move on to something new with this Nine of Cups. Here's the Strength card. That's the royal family, the strength, the taming of, but it's also another card I use for Princess Royal, for Princess Anne. She's working on it, and I think she's doing something on it, because there's the celebration, and there is the Ten of Pentacles. But we are not knowing what is going on. It is the two houses that's busy working together to bring illumination and moving forward. We're not really able to see it yet, but it's almost like creating an illusion that it's not going to happen is what's coming to me. Almost creating an illusion that it's not going to be happening. Judgment. What do I say? New beginnings. Untying. There is still a battle. There is still a battle. Look at all the fire energy on the table. Very fiery. Leave a note in the comments if you know what Peter's star sign is. I forgot to look it up before I started. But it's almost telling me that that he's got fire within him. But they still, it's almost like cousins playing here. Cousins playing. Cousins working together. Forgetting about your childhood and everything else, and releasing everything that is stressed about it. Ooh. Okay, so today, on the 4th of May, it is telling me that yes, there is an opportunity, there is talk, there is negotiations, there are things happening behind the scenes. There are things happening behind the scenes with regards to Peter. His mother is involved. Catherine is definitely involved. And it looks like, should anything, the king didn't show up here. The king didn't show up here at all. Not once. But the death card yet did. The death card yet did. Judgment also showed up. I think they're trying to work something out. Trying to work something out. Come on. I want to ask the cards quickly. I'm going to ask the cards quickly. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is Peter considering it? Is Peter considering it? Yes or no? Yes and no. Upright, yes. Reverse, no. Is Peter considering it? Those two want to come out. Guys, can't make it up. Considering options, yes. Yes. You guys saw me shuffling, and I'm literally just pulling out at random here. There's the new opportunity. After the... Here we go. You guys are... You saw me shuffling, and I'm literally pulling out at random here, guys. There's the dealing. But it's a secret. What do I say? Open here. What do I say? The crowning. So when the sun goes down, there's the offer. They're reckless to do it, not to do it at the moment. Why is this flipped like this? Okay, this is making sense to me now. I was wondering why that came out like that. It's because of Harry not being there, and all the backstabbing, and all the backstabbing, and all the backstabbing. Here's the palace. Okay, so to walk these couple quickly back, it started with yes or no, and as you know by now, these things just devolve and evolve. Considering options, there's the agreement, helping them to move to smoother waters. That is definitely bringing light and hope. Look again, fire energy on the table. Then we had the sun here in reverse and the offer here, and we had this. After the death with Capricorn, Cancer, William, helping them move forward to help with the hope and healing. After the coronation, let's keep the secret. And then these are separate. These come together here. Somebody's going to feel backstabbed. And we all know who's going to feel backstabbed. We all know who's going to feel backstabbed, don't we? Do I say anything more? There we go, my friends. That's all from me. And, yeah, please look out for the next yes or no with regards to, is the UK going to have a snap election after the local elections? And then we'll see where that question goes. Let's have a look. Speak to you soon. Bye.